You don't feel like leaving the house? We've got something for you. This woman is mixing up drinks and telling story only as she can. I talked to the one and only Dixie, who's famous for her Tupperware parties on stage, but thanks to Starlight Theater, you can now enjoy Dixie's happy hour from home. Dixie, we know what we can expect from one of your shows and your famous Tupperware parties, but how is this happy hour going to look a little bit different?
Well, first of all, thank you so much for having me on this morning. You make me all tingly. I appreciate that. You're so sweet. Well, I've been doing my show, Dixie's Tupperware Party, all over the place for like the last 12 years. And then when COVID hit, everything shut down. All these theaters shut down as well. So I didn't have any more opportunities to go to different places that I had on my schedule. And so I thought, all right, how can I give back a little bit to the theaters who've been so generous to open their doors to me? So I thought, let me come up with a new show, something that's going to be fun, something that's going to be able to be in your home. So I figured, well, I like to drink on account of the fact that it's fun. And so I thought, well, let me do a happy hour. So what the show is it's called Dixie's Happy Hour. And it's basically I'm talking about the 4 basic food groups: rum, gin, vodka, and tequila, and their place in your very busy schedules. And so I make drinks during the program, but I also tell stories and talk about what the drinks mean to me and where I learned about them and all that stuff. And then it just basically talks about the happy hours in your life that sometimes you overlook, because there's so much noise going on right now. There's so much craziness going on right now. Everybody's trying to adapt to the world around them. And sometimes we forget that there's really wonderful things happening right in front of us. And this is just an opportunity to find your personal happy hour. So I sort of guide everybody that way. Oh, while mixing some cocktails. So, and so it's going to be, instead of being live in the theater, it's going to be a streaming program. So you can buy tickets the same way through Starlight that you would get if I was going to be there live. And then you'll get a code, and that code will let you stream the show. And this show is going to be aside for, like, if you buy a ticket on a Tuesday, then you can come and then you click that link on that Tuesday and you get to see the program, and you get to see me from the comfort of your own home. Like, let's say, for example, you're like, oh, I'm busy, I don't have time to put on pants. Well, that's when you go to the theater. If you don't have pants, they tend to frown on it. But in your own home, they don't mind. So you can watch me from the comfort of your own home with popcorn, or putting the kids into the gully, or just hanging out with like a spouse or maybe a friend, like a bubble. You know, when you have like one friend over there and you're like, give me a drink, and then another friend like slides one to you, and it's so nice. It's just, that's the way to do it.
You know, one thing I want to talk about in your background, right? You have this little sticker there, or something on the shelf that says "You Matter." And, you know, part of the reason you may have chosen to create Dixie's Happy Hour is to make a difference for a lot of these theaters, and Starlight's actually the premiere.
Starlight is the premiere. They're starting the shows on the 26th of January. They're the first ones. There's theaters all over the country that are engaged with this, which really makes my heart happy. And like I said, this is an opportunity for me to be able to give back, because the lion's share of the money that for people paying tickets is going to the theaters. So what the reason I'm doing that is I want theaters have had their doors closed, and they haven't been able to, have the shows coming in. They haven't been able to get ticket revenue. A lot of people that I've been lucky enough to work with over all these years that I've been on the road, in these art centers, they've been laid off and furloughed because there's just no money coming in the door. So I thought, okay, let me take an opportunity to be able to connect with these theaters and say, if I give you something, and then the lion's share of the money comes to you, that's at least a way to maybe hire 1 or 2 people back or something like that. So that is my hope, that people see the show and also love the idea of, like, hey, for a small ticket price, I'm going to be supporting the theater, and I'm going to be having money or having some fun at home, drinking and doing things that I probably can't post on Facebook or whatever. And that's that. So that's what my hope is, that, people see it and really embrace the fact that it's going to be helping Starlight and helping them to keep their doors open, so that when all this is past, the doors will open right back up again, and we can keep serving the community and bringing more fun shows in.
Dixie also said she'll be rooting on our Chiefs. So join her for Dixie's Happy Hour now through January 31st. The live stream is $35, and their evening shows at 7 and weekend matinees at 2. Just go to kcstarlight.com for your ticket. Joe?